fine. So it's only got 20 dropped frames. Okay. Hello! My internet hates us. Anyways, hello! How's everybody? Got quiet in Discord. Did I disconnect? Okay, I was like, did I...
I zoned out momentarily.
I see this. Discord ate a spire. It did actually kill a spire. Okay, good to know.
It did. A spire, okay. Well, a spire broke Discord. Go figure.
She left and everything fixed. It's a spire's fault.
I swear to the gods!
You came back and it spiked again.
They can't help you, you're going friend.
I didn't even leave the call, I just went and fixed my mic.
No, just...
Yes, hello.
Hold on, it's having issues again.
Oh,
it's trying so hard.
Try so hard and got so far.
But yes, we've got a lot to cover, because surprisingly, while it was not a lot that happened, a lot happened, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, a lot can happen in maybe an hour time span. Or half an hour, whatever you want to consider. I'd probably consider that maybe a half hour.
Dear Lord, that was a lot.
It seemed like it, but when you consider the circumstance and how long the conversations actually were, half hour, 45 minutes makes sense.
Yeah, it's just one of those like, oh, just from my end, I'm like, oh wow.
Your end, even then, was, you know... I think your longest conversation was with the Pixies.
Yeah, I think it was.
So why don't
Another one would have been longer if Harx hadn't interrupted.
So why don't we back up a little bit? We're gonna explain what happened in the background. Reyan kind of went wandering around. You were looking for you were looking for stuff to take back with you originally. Mm-hmm. You went to your room, got some stuff, and started... I want to say you were kind of reminiscing, right?
Yeah, it was
Memories.
wandering and checking out different things.
And eventually it led you to the garden, which you discovered that seemed a lot more full than it used to be. You saw more pixies out there, and you were seeing different kinds of pixies, different colors, running around.
OBS friend, please.
We good, OBS? No? I think we're okay. Okay. Okay, so what I was saying was Reyan went outside, found these extra plants, and realized they were grave sites. And how he came to realize that was he saw familiar items hanging from these plants, these various plants. They had taken pieces from the people, jewelry, anything like scarves, anything they could find on them, and tied it to the plant. It's kind of like, they didn't know their names, so they kind of did that as a way of, this way somebody can remember them. And he came across his mother and grandfather's grave. And broke down. Which prompted a few of the pixies' attention. They came over to comfort him. Because all they saw was a child crying.
Not something they have seen before or anything. Nah, it's fine.
No, they're not used to comforting a child at all. But it brought up some questions around thanked them, obviously, but he discovered that this was mostly Zachariah's doing. They just tended to the plants. They're a bit small to carry bodies, so it makes sense.
Yeah, you know.
But it was learning about him. You learned a bit more about how he ended up here. As they even showed you the memories of the Feywild, because the plants remember everything. Of the small dragon being left behind by their parent.
Cool.
Which is what prompts you to go talk to him. A little bit of conversation there, trying to get him to trust you a bit. Harx steps in. He gets a little nervous. You're not sure how that affected him, if he's just nervous about you guys still. If he's nervous about the subject being pushed. What the case may be, nobody's talked to him since he left now. You did also eventually learn from your father that once you told him about all that, that it was... He probably considered this a sacred place because they're very much a protect life thing. And that's why he kept it so... everything in place. So he considered it a sacred ground, basically. He didn't want to really disturb anything. And that's probably why he was so protective at the beginning.
He's such a sweet boy.
They're very passive dragons. So that's now raises the question of what happened to the sister to make her so not passive. These guys would not harm a fly if they could. They'll defend themselves, they'll injure something, but they would not kill anything willingly. And they will only do that if their life is in danger. Normally. Harx ended up back in the library and reading some books to Julius, spending some brother time.
Aww.
Am I forgetting really any details?
Not really.
It was mostly Reyan doing a lot of shit, so... I'm just saying. Harx did a little bit,
man.
but Reyan did a lot.
Reyan had a lot to do!
Oh yeah, Harx did ask Zachariah. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think all the stream missed was Harx had asked Brendo to go out. Zachariah's out there, and you're just not sure what he's doing, other than that he can talk to the plants and nature and stuff. You're not sure what that means. You're not sure how he would do that. I mean, you kind of probably have an idea because you would know some druids that he might be doing something like that, but you're not 100% sure if it's the same. And it might not be. Anyways. Reyan has kind of an idea of what that might be, though, because the pixies kind of did it for him.
Yeah?
After a bit of this, you're kind of sitting there with your dad, and Harx, you're reading to your brother. Mihi's scrolling through the books. Some of the pixies come and find you guys and let you know that food's ready. Harx.
Hmm?
You start to get up to go, and you kind of... The conversation earlier with Zacharias bothering you a little bit, and you just have this feeling that you need to check on him.
Baby.
Uh-huh.
You figure he's outside somewhere, so you start heading that way. How do you get rid of your brother? Because he's following you.
He will... He'll look at Julius. Wait right here. Well, go join the others for food. I'm going to go see if I can find a new friend. I don't think my conversation went very well with him last time I spoke with him. I want to go check on him. I'll be back, don't worry.
You need to learn better social skills.
Trust me, I'm well aware of this. I am very, very aware of this.
I'm not really one to talk about that.
I mean, possibly not, but as I said, all of this is learning. Puck, watch him, please.
He'll look towards Mihi to see if she's coming or not.
Oh boy.
Nope.
Yeah, ba ba ba.
It's trying one. Yeah, he'll look towards Mihi to see if she's coming along or not.
Yeah, she'll be on her way.
You guys are a little big, so I don't want to resize the tokens, but the room's essentially this over there. Actually, he's probably like outside, keeping guard, like good guard dog. Good guard cleric. Which you did discover that's a cleric. That was actually something else that Harx had figured out that I forgot. He had gotten a little bit of a conversation with Julius and found out that the spirits he calls to are from his village.
Aww.
So this is somebody he knew personally.
Pain. Pain, by the way, pain.
But he doesn't remember,
Massive pain.
he doesn't remember their names. They have to tell him. So the one that was an animal, he doesn't remember what it was named. It's fine. I'm not gonna go into that detail of why. Reyan, do you head there? Jarvis doesn't have to eat. He can if you want him to go.
I mean, that's the tricky thing of the, yes, he'd love his dad to, like, come because he wants to be around his dad as much as possible. He'll probably not, like, ask him to come maybe in a little bit if he wants.
Yeah, he'll join you in a little bit. Then, if you want him to come.
Yeah.
He does say if you need him, he'll still be here until then.
He'll nod and start heading that direction.
Okay. You head that direction. Harx, you're going a different direction because there's multiple ways to get outside, and you're going to the closest one. you head out. I'm just gonna set you over here. You kind of look around. You're not sure where he's at outside. You're kind of out. You probably went out like the front door, essentially. But you don't see him at this moment. Make me a perception check as you step outside.
Oh, beautiful. This is my
no.
This is my most beautiful skill, I hope you realize.
Hopefully better than the stealth.
I don't want to talk about that.
They saw you first.
I know they did. I am well aware that they did.
Oh no.
If my stuff wants to load, give me a moment. Things are not cooperating.
I know that feeling.
Okay, there it goes. It is not cooperating. Okay, 19?
19?
I rolled an 18 plus 1. Highest I could ever get is a 21, so beggars can't be choosers.
You only take a couple steps.
Oh?
When you dodge. You only take a couple steps when you dodge somebody trying to grab you.
Whoa.
That you didn't see down on the side there. That was, you were trying to essentially dodge their attack.
Mm.
I assume you turn around.
Oh yes, most definitely.
And you see two people. And kind of an annoyed one here, which you assume was the one who's trying to grab you as he's straightening back up.
Now, I could ask, why? But it's better to ask, what the hell?
First off, keep it down.
Right? What the hell?
Kind of looks at the woman. She just... Well, knocking you out's not going to be so easy. She just crosses her arms.
No, I don't think it will be. Shall I repeat my question, or are the both of you going, or one of you going to start talking?
Well, first, you need to tell us what you're doing here.
I'm doing here. Well, you see, that is a long story. One that ends in the fact that it's the home of a friend, a childhood home, to be honest.
That's gonna be a problem. Should we still knock him out? Because we're supposed to be doing this without being caught. He's kind of like trying to figure this out.
If I may offer a suggestion to you, it's a little late. I've already seen both of your faces. Knocking me out
we can make
is
you
just an
forget.
unnecessary step at this point.
We can make you forget.
You could, but again I ask, why are you here?
Well, you're not going anywhere anyways. And you won't remember this conversation, so why not? We're here on a little quest.
Missed you, sir. what noble quest do you have that required knocking out someone who walked out of a door?
Because you're gonna get in the way.
Ah, I wasn't your target.
What made you think that, dipshit?
You know, this is not the best area for you both to be.
We've been scouting it for a while.
Perfect.
My idiot informant failed to tell me that we had guests that arrived. She kind of glares at the boy over there. Just his ears go down.
Oh, I'm so sorry you have to work with someone like that. I love to get all my information first before I even attempt a job.
My father's gonna be so upset.
Your father, do I know him? Or of him?
He's not important. Don't worry about it.
Au contraire, you have intrigued me now.
Look, just tell us where the dragon is and we'll be on our way.
Well, I would, except I have him looking into something from me, and quite honestly, what I need him to do is, no offense, more than likely much more important than what you need with him. Why don't you just tell me what this is about?
We're just gonna do some research.
Research. Scholarly bunch, are you? Experiments. All right. See, now we're getting somewhere. Can I roll an intelligence check for the
You
blue
may.
hair?
You may. She is an elf. As well, if that helps.
That is a natural 2023.
Holy heck.
You've seen similar facial features. You know, Keldor doesn't have kids, though.
Oh my, I know exactly who you are.
You're welcome, Aspire.
I hate all of this.
You're the niece of a friend of mine.
Oh dear, you know who I am. That's not good.
What is your father doing? Hidden away from, well, the others that would be looking for him.
Busy.
To be quite honest, he's not on my radar at any point, just to say. He's the least of my concerns at the moment.
He's busy. That's all you need to know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So what kind of experiments are you doing?
Oh, hold on. There we go. Well, our first experiment failed. So we decided to revamp some things, and we're going to test it out on that boy. If you must know.
I see. You're the reason for his sister going feral.
Oh, quite. She did not take well to the injections.
I hate to burst your Bubble, but I don't think he would as well. You'd be dealing with another failure.
Well, the only way to find that out for sure is to test it, ain't it?
So you'd rather fail yet another experiment and rack up the number of failures until your father eventually pulls you off of it, because you're just going to create more trouble for yourselves in the long run, aren't you? When you won't find what works.
The only way to progress is to fail.
The only way to progress is to actually succeed
You never
at
succeed
any
the
one of your
first.
attempts.
You never succeed the first try. Don't you know a thing about research?
I do. The first time I attempted something here recently, we were quite successful, actually.
Not everybody is successful on their first try when it comes to science.
Well,
There it goes. Think? Sorry. It's being
Okay.
bad. There we go.
oh good. Well, what if I may counter-offer to you?
Intrigue.
Again, I suggest you are making a huge mistake attempting to go after the other dragon. Let's be real, he's not going to be accepting of you attempting this, which I assume is why you were going to attempt to knock him out. By the way, do either of you realize how hard it is to knock out a dragon?
Well, I have a question for you. What do you have
Yes.
him doing? Because it might make our job easier.
Oh, what do I have him doing? Oh, let's see. Finding me something to hunt. Let's put it that way.
That makes our job so much easier, because don't you know anything about those kind of dragons?
I'm well aware of what they are.
So you know that they're completely vulnerable while they're speaking with the plants.
Yes, I do.
Fucking liar.
If she ain't insight and she don't know that. Just saying.
At this point, you're saying all sarcastic things, so she's not really sure if it would matter.
You're right. This is fair.
There's currently a battle of who can be the most
Who
asshole.
can bullshit the most?
Yeah, who can bullshit the most.
Now, I ask you, why would you waste your time attempting something that may fail? Yes, he's vulnerable at the moment. When
Honey, not all my experiments fail. The living proof standing right over there. He kind of waves, and you're kind of looking at him now, and you see that his eyes are like a glowing red. He doesn't look like a normal shifter.
you're right.
He's got like some of his veins are black around his neck, and you thought they were tattoos at first, but then you realize those are his veins. That's like the blood.
Well, I guess that's good news. At least you succeeded on yours. You should ask your father how his failures were. Oh, right, his brother was one of them.
I don't know if being able to control somebody fully is a failure, unfortunately. I have not mastered that.
Well, why attempt to control when you can find someone to cooperate?
How do you think I got this idiot to do things? Hey!
Well, let's see.
I'm right here.
He's a guy. You're a pretty little elf. I can see where, well, and again, I know your uncle.
Uncle, technically.
That's what he said. Uncle.
I would say
Plural, yeah.
He really only knows Keljor. He probably only really interacted with Keljor.
Yeah, to be fair, he doesn't have any of the... He is Theo.
True.
He is around.
That's true, he is. But he's not as,
He's more awkward.
yeah, he's not as charismatic as Keljor.
He's an artificial
not-
sorcerer. He's an awkward being.
Exactly.
He's a slight awkward being.
It's something that tends to run in...
Oh,
Well, at least I
wow.
would hope of running in your family. No.
Sorry, I can't hold that it drops.
Oh, you're fine. No, you're fine. I'm
I'm
just
trying
saying
to
it's
get
a
you.
number.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you to like stop before it like cuts out half the things
Mhm.
you say. Is all.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm sorry, it won't settle down tonight. Okay, hopefully it's okay enough to go.
I think it was probably quite easy for you to convince him, let's be honest.
So then what's your excuse?
Well, besides having use for the people in the home, and the dragon, and the people that are still coming to this house, because not everyone that I'm grouped up with is here yet. There's others coming.
Oh, then you're
And
just wasting my time, I see.
No, on the contrary, I would hate for you to attempt something and me have to try and end your life.
Oh.
Because you tried to hurt any of my friends, or those I still have use for.
Oh, that's so cute. You think you could end our lives. Totally tell she's fucking Kendall's kid at this point. But who doesn't remember him?
You'd be surprised the lives have already ended.
With the help of your friends, not while you're alone, I'm sure.
True, very true. But let's skip to the part where you accept my proposal of leave everyone in the house the hell alone along with the dragon, and you have yourself a guinea pig. As long as they're not hurt. And you leave them the hell alone. I'm clearly outnumbered.
You have to let us study you. Privately, of course. Not inform your friends of the situation as best as you can.
I'm sorry. Have you not noticed what I am? I think I can hide. And he kind of gestures at the changes to him.
The downside is sometimes it changes more than just a physical appearance. We've had it create auras that can harm others that just get in your vicinity.
Really? Well, that is quite a dilemma considering...
But that's the risk of the research, is seeing what it does, how it affects them,
This is true.
and seeing if there's a way that we can make it less harmful, I guess you could say, but ally.
Now, here's what I ask in return for this. I have my own free will, obviously, because I do have my own things I wish to accomplish.
Well, I cannot necessarily control what it'll do to your state of mind. I'm not going to lie to you on
please.
that.
Oh, please, my state of mind is fucked.
Oh, good. So it won't be much different.
Exactly.
But in the cases of, like, the boy's sister, there's always that kind of possibility that you could just lose yourself completely.
Is that possibility, isn't there? Well, you see,
But
it
if
wouldn't be the first time someone in my family lost themselves completely for a amount of time.
part of our research is to see if it's possible to keep that self-control. Because we do, well, unlike my father, I actually like to have conversations with my experiments. Makes for more interesting, notes, I guess.
Right, well, as I stated, as long as you leave the dragon and his pixie friends alone after we complete this and for the foreseeable future, as well as all my friends inside and those coming, I accept your offer to research me all you want after you do whatever you need to do.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage.
This is a terrible idea. I just want to point that out.
I want to point out, has Harx shown anything but not wanting the rest of you all hurt?
I mean, again, fair, but this is a terrible idea.
This was the
He is-
trade-off.
This is
He is well
awful.
aware, by the way. That is with advantage, highest is 19 on the die, 26.
26. Okay. She takes a second to consider what you say. Give me a way to contact you, or meet up with us in a specific place and specific times. And we will guarantee that at least our end, my father included, will not affect your family. As long as you cooperate. But if anything were to happen to me or my ally, I cannot guarantee that anymore. You will also have to keep them off of us if they discover what's going on.
Well, that I can almost guarantee will not be that difficult. We have other focuses at the moment, anyways. Again, surprisingly, your father is the least of our concerns at the moment.
We will continue our research with others. I hope you don't mind that. As long as it leaves
As
your
long as
friends
they're
out
not-
of it. Correct?
As long as they're not part of our group, that is fine.
Then we will have to just check and make sure, I guess. Because that's the only way we'll know. But I can guarantee there's a lot that we can most likely figure out is not part of your group.
Oh, I'm fairly certain you know what group I'm a part of.
But we don't know who all is in it.
You're right, you don't.
First
I can
things
confirm-
first.
However, I'm not part of Big Spooky, if that helps.
Jay
Oh.
asked us if we were ready to portray our characters, and we're like, maybe, potentially.
Moonlight Rendezvous is unavailable. And I'm purging my shit from my playlist that's unavailable, but it's easy. Because the unavailable shit stays there forever.
Hmm.
It used to be there. Remove the thumbnail of unavailable videos, but even then, it's like, no.
It does. You can do it. It's just a pain in the ass.
Oh, Ranbuna Melody is unavailable in my country. Cool.
I love when YouTube just makes things
Right.
unavailable, even if they're available like a month or two prior.
Right. So, what's she saying? First things first. How are we going to communicate?
Well, let's see.
That is the trick, ain't it?
Is it true?
I swear to the gods, if you lead them back.
They are willing to meet up with you somewhere. Now, to be fair, the thing was nobody knew the location of the crystal or the teardrop palace. They know it's in Gehenna, but they haven't been able to find it. So that is a thing that they already knew. That's common knowledge. It's why you're told not to wander around outside.
Well, first, how often would you want to meet? I could make this fairly simple.
Honestly, I prefer to keep a close eye, and as often as possible would be nice. But I know that's not always the luxury.
Unfortunately, with what we're doing, there's going to be times where I will be unavailable or unreachable. So, let's see. Well, I know the perfect spot for you to meet me. Even though I'm sure it might be a fine place to meet.
Oh.
You should ask your father where the orphan village was.
Orphan village?
Yes, the one that was destroyed and children killed by someone your father was working with. Say 20 years ago.
Oh, see, that's not really my problem. If he didn't do it himself, it doesn't matter to me.
But that is where I would say probably to meet. Not many go back there. Lots of painful memories.
Yeah. If we're going to do this, it's just we don't do it near the building. It could be pretty painful. And I don't know what it'll do to you because it's a serum we made for dragons.
I've been threatened with worse times. Let's get on with it.
Alright, come on, let's wander away where no one will hear you yell, or that he can at least keep you quiet. She kind of like looks around, makes sure no one's around. Because, yeah, if you stay there, people will hear you.
It's an open doorway.
Well, at the moment they can close the door, but that's not gonna make a difference.
It's just
a lot
door.
of glass
it's not
windows.
Silent.
Yeah, it's a lot of glass windows. You know, it's really yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys wander away out of pixie sight and stuff too. You essentially, they take you out to like the forest. You can still see the house, but they're gonna take you out to the forest. They're basically just trying to get you far enough to where if anything happens, you won't immediately have everybody running.
Also, Drag, it is back up, good sir. Come join the party.
Yes. By this point, Reyan, you finally get here because you were probably the last one to arrive, and you see Julius and Mihi are in there. You don't see Harx. Or Zachariah. You know Zachariah went outside to do his thing, so you probably figure why he's not here, but you don't see Harx.
Yeah, it also wouldn't have surprised him if he still didn't show up necessarily to a people lunch after their last interaction. Just kind of gonna look between the two and flipping between Celestial and Common because yay language barriers. Where is Harx?
I think he went to go check on the dragon. He said a conversation didn't go so well earlier, and I think he kind of felt bad. Maybe?
It did not go well.
Haven't seen it.
Technically you did, because you were all in the library.
Yeah. And I have nothing to add.
Julius followed you here.
Yeah. Either way, continue.
He might have just went to apologize, honestly.
Is he known for apologizing?
I don't really know him that well yet.
Alright.
I'm just guessing.
Fair enough. I'm just
trying to get to know each other. It's just weird.
no, I understand completely. This entire situation's weird. I am highly considering going after them. Alright,
One of the pixies kind of tilts her head. If he's looking for Zach, he hasn't found him yet. At least that's what the other fairies say. Or pixies, sorry. The pixies, not fairies.
two very, very different beings.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I suppose that's good.
He couldn't talk to him right now anyways.
I just don't want him scaring him. Any more than he already has.
They kind of look at you concerned now.
It's fine. Harx just was very blunt during our conversation. He means no harm, usually.
That's like saying that that's basically what we do. We don't usually mean harm.
Yeah.
It still would have been funny to turn someone into a bunny rabbit, though. Because then we could have picked you up.
I go out and... Should I go search for him?
Maybe if we don't see him in a minute. This place can get pretty big and winding and... tricky.
Very well. We'll proceed to watch you for the next 60 seconds.
Yeah. The pixies... They'll basically be on standby, they'll let you know. But they don't seem to ever indicate that he finds Zach. in the time you're waiting there. And none of the ones outside have seen him. So, if you would like, they could start having the pixies scout the halls and see if he got lost somewhere.
Yeah, he'd ask for that, and then he's probably going to ask if anybody wants to join him on the, looking for Harx around the grounds.
Okay, so that, you know, takes you a bit while you're waiting and stuff, and during that time, while you're considering this, the pixies probably just started looking around for you. Harx.
This is not going to be fun.
No, you get pretty far, and I'm gonna tell everybody in the stream what Harx has prevented by doing this. For Jay to gain this knowledge, and he didn't gain all of it, he gained a good chunk of it, but he did not gain all of it. They were originally going to attack Zach while you guys were all dining, and you were going to have to make a perception check to see if you heard anything, because the few pixies that were with him were going to die.
Oh, good.
It's fine. So you were going to have to make a perception check to see if you could hear any commotion. Depending on how high you rolled, would have depended if you actually heard anything in time. So there was a chance that this would have just failed and you would have never known what happened until it was too late.
No.
Even I didn't know what this was going to do because I hadn't rolled the results yet. But I made Jay roll his own results because I knew it was going to have different effects because he's not a dragon.
Yeah.
Now, I request...
That's what all the dice rolls were.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they were. I also request you to tell them the choice had you make. It was either I
He
or
did.
someone I cared for.
And he had two choices because there were two people available that he cared for nearby. Julius and Ace. And I told him to make a choice of the three.
Fun.
Ah, now it comes together. You understand my choice, Aspire.
The choice sucks.
Yes.
This is still a terrible choice.
Nothing was a good choice. Okay. We finally reconnected on Steam.
Woohoo!
Alright, tabletop any day now, my friend. Any day now.
Any day now.
Okay.
Oh, but since I'm online, you might be able to join off of me.
Well, tabletop itself was kind of frozen for a second.
Drag.
Okay! Let's attempt this a second time. Harx!
Oh, good. This is
Yeah. Out in the forest. She does look at her little friend there and does tell him be ready to hold you down in case. Not in like a threatening way, in more of a don't let him hurt himself or us way. Which is probably a little concerning. I'm sure that's fine. And keep him quiet was another one. And she reaches into her bag, pulls out a needle filled with some sort of black, white, and blue mixture liquid that's kind of swirling around each other. Are you ready?
It's over with.
Kind of holds her hand out for you to give her, or for your arm. Let's try this. No, they don't.
I have tried.
They don't work. Oh. Anyways.
Here we go.
How bad it's gonna be while you guys are connecting.
Things open, Drag.
He's here.
He's here.
I
Yeah.
did not see him.
Spire.
Didn't see him. I apologize.
Please calm thy tits. I don't even know what's eating so much of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, the problem, Delta, is I can see when the internet is dropping, not only through their ping, but on OBS. It shows me when it's dropping. So, like, right now it's going between red and orange. So that's the issue it's having right now. It dropped like twice already. Just in that me starting it up. Like full on OBS disconnected dropping. So it is trying, it's just I don't know what's going on tonight. I've been having these issues the past few nights, and it's some of them have lasted, like I've had the issues all the way from like 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. Like it's terrible. I swear my internet gets worse on like a monthly basis. Okay. It's not even OBS, it's purely my internet. I wish it was just OBS. I would rather have it just be OBS. Honestly, that would be so much easier than trying to reopen games and all that stuff every time. But I don't use the normal OBS, I use the Stream Elements OBS. Anyways, she takes your arm.
Here we go.
And she injects that serum. And at first you don't feel anything. It's a little cold. A little bit of a weird feeling. And then it hits you all at once.
No, I don't like it.
Your blood feels like it is like an icy fire. it is so painful as this stuff goes through your veins. And you feel like your body's changing. And it's weird because you can change your body. So it's weird that it's being almost controlled. Change. Let me see, I have a description written here, which I'll actually send that to you so you have more of an idea. But
Oh, good.
You feel this like cold air around you. And through the pain, through your blurred vision, you could see your hands actually turning black. Like you have frostbite or some shit. Like it's that kind of thing. And you feel that same kind of pain around where your eyes are as well. The world, it almost turns gray. Because you don't see this, but they are witnessing this because she's taking notes. And he's currently trying to keep you from, like, falling over. Your eyes have turned pitch black. And these cracks form around your face, like when glass breaks. Or like when a porcelain doll cracks, that kind of look. That'd be a better description. And the rest of your skin and your hair turn like this ghostly white color. It takes a bit and it seems like forever, but eventually this pain subsides and you're able to stand up and kind of take a look at yourself a little bit now.
Oh.
Now that the OBS is reconnected. I'm going to send you the description of that and the other description that you'll kind of figure out.
Fucking head.
In your
Alright.
own way. I will let you figure out the first one in your own way. Because this is something that only the character can do.
Oh, that I can do easily.
Have fun with that, as you are suffering from a long-term madness.
That first one I can do.
Oh, no,
Oh, that
that's not
the first one I can do very easily.
Just gonna kind of look you over as he'll back up now that you're able to stand on your own again. By the way, I had to edit that picture.
Do it.
Interesting. How do you feel?
This cold, mostly.
I
I'm
can
not a big
tell. I
fan of it.
can feel that myself. She kind of like
Well,
puts her
just
hands
ne-
towards you.
Well, let's see here. My hands and such like this, that won't do at all. So, let's see. And he will attempt to turn himself back to his normal form using his ability.
Okay. Give me a second.
Okay.
On down, internet, please. Beg you, I don't want to have to go back out in the cold. It's actually very cold outside right now. It's been like 20s or below
no.
for a while.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Ew, bless.
Not quite enough to snow, but just enough to fucking make your ass freeze off. Nevada. The desert, where it's not always hot. She'll kind of, while you're doing that, she touches your shoulder and she'll kind of quickly pull her hand away. And you know when you touch like something cold and you quickly like want to like get that feeling off, so you like shake your hand and stuff? That's basically what she did. You quite literally feel like ice to her. Yes, you are able to still use your change abilities. And she kind of looks you up and down, which you can change your token back if you'd like. Huh. That's nice to see it didn't affect that. She kind of makes notes. She's literally just researching you like you're a fucking pet right now. You're a literal guinea pig to this woman. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, there
do
it
you
goes.
look I can at least change?
The aura still remains, but as long as you don't let people get too close, or at least touch you, because she's standing pretty close. Funny enough, Delta, we actually have a redemption to send NPCs to the DMs.
I think that's Drag saying he's got an NPC idea.
Oh, is it Drag?
That is
They
Drag.
both have fucking green names.
That's a lot of green.
It is a lot of green, and they both have a D.
All the green.
All the green and all the D. Take that as you will.
Oh my dear lord. Normally, your badge next to your name there, Dragon, suddenly it disappeared!
He might have actually lost his sub at this point. Because remember, they'll disappear mid-chat like that.
Oh, look, the mod badge came back all of a sudden.
Which is very strange with things, especially...
If the D is green, it's the Hulk. Anyways.
Get out.
Anyways. How do you feel? Besides cold, obviously. Oh god, now they're both purple.
I have all the badges though.
That's true, you do have all the badges. Let's try it so hard. Yeah, she's asking you how you feel besides cold.
Well, other than that, quite fine, honestly.
You want to know what the other possible result of that was? By the way? Why you had to roll the D2? Voices.
Good.
Oh, I'm sure that would have been fine with his state of mind. Yes. Sure, it's fine.
She's blue, she's purple on my end.
I'll be completely honest. On my end, Aspire and Delta are both low.
It's fine. It's fine. It's being an asshole.
The bat.
The bleh.
Blip, blip. Blip.
A blip. Alright, back back to the conversation while you guys reach.
Indeed.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not going to learn much at this very moment. I can just take the initial notes. But I would like to know of any changes, or maybe draw some blood at some later date, just to see what's developed. Houston test.
Understandable.
Unlike my father, I'm actually kind of curious how combining things affects the person. I don't think he cared very much. And see if anything good could come from it. As well as the downsides, because it would be nice to know the side effects. But we may find out where this village is and create a base of operations, if that is alright with you. So you can meet with us anytime.
Hmm. How wonderful. Ow. Oh. I'm just like this, please. Anyways, you're saying?
And she's explaining that they're gonna use it as like a base of operations if you're okay with that. That's
As I
basically
said-
where you can find them now.
Mm-hmm. As I said, I don't believe people go there much anymore, or if at all. So, just be wary and have things able to be hidden should anyone approach.
Get on my good side like this one did, and I might even try to find ways to fix you. No guarantee, but as you can see, it's not fully successful in my research. As she looks at him, he just shrugs.
As the look issue is easily solvable, the first thing I would request for you to attempt to fix would be this very irritating cold feeling.
Noted, but like I said, I need to see how it affects things first, so the next time we talk, we'll bring that up again.
Very fair. I'll keep my own detailed notes of what I experience as well to help you out. How about that?
Fair enough. We will hold our end of the deal. And we won't bother your friends or the dragon anymore. At least, as I said, our group. I can't guarantee what the allies will do. We don't control them.
There's a reason I didn't tell you where we were.
Please. My only job here is just find test subjects and return some of the more promising ones to my father that he requests, at least. But I keep a few personal ones that he doesn't know about.
Now, you can't monitor me at all, correct?
Ideally,
Outside.
it would be nice to see if I can view some of the things going on, yes.
Well, you see that, just going, oh. That would be a slight issue, but I'll keep detailed enough notes that you won't need to.
If you're able, considering that I do understand some reason for secretive, make note of some of the places you go. Planes, at least. I'm curious if the weather or climate will do anything to affect you as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Then we have a deal. She kind of
We
holds
do.
her hands out to shake your hand.
We do. He'll reach out and shake her hand. Now, I would suggest to both of you get a move on, as I have been away, and I told my brother, well, one of my brothers, that I was going to find the dragon to speak with him. And I've been gone quite a long time. I can easily play off that I was lost, and I couldn't locate him.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't be able to explain you two being here.
Fair enough. We will leave, and we will figure out that location and head there. Come there whenever you're ready.
And he will... Yep, they will start walking their way, and he'll begin walking towards... back the way they came.
You do see her walk off, and do you glance back at them at all?
Yeah.
She pulls out some sort of device. You're not sure what it is, and she kind of holds it up to her ear, essentially. Essentially, for player's sake, it's a walkie-talkie type of device.
Good.
You can't hear what she's saying because she's kind of whispering it, but she does seem like she is speaking to someone.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but the first thing I thought of was like the massive like brick phones.
Kind of.
Oh god.
Yes and no. It's smaller than that. That's why I said walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Think like... It's still pretty big, so think like the cop walkie-talkie where they have the big one,
yes.
or the security guard walkie-talkie. There we go. That's the better.
Yeah.
Ooh. Gosh.
That's what
The
she's...
other brick.
Yeah. That's essentially the kind of thing she's using. But it has a much farther reach, obviously. Or maybe she's asking somebody else or telling her people to move out. You don't know how many of them there might actually have been. You can assume that she could be trying to get in contact with her father, but you don't know if she's doing that just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna set them aside, like way over here for now. The group might meet them later without context. Who knows?
We'll see.
Right.
That's gonna be a problem.
By this point, because that happened while you guys were probably getting anxious and start looking.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys look? Where are you guys at this point when he starts heading back from the forest?
Out the door in whatever direction the pixies could point her to his last known location.
The last time any of them saw him, he was still wandering the hallways. They hadn't seen him outside. That's what
Then
they
she's
were
picking a door and she's flapping around in circles.
That's
big searching circles.
fair. Make a perception on your end to see if you spot him coming back from the forest. Because you could be, you're flying around the building, so you could be on the opposite side, depending on your roll.
That's a big old 12.
12?
You know?
Harx, I'm assuming you're trying to sneak back? So nobody notices you coming from that far away?
At least for a little bit until he gets close enough for it to seem reasonable.
Fair.
So
So you
I'm
probably-
under the assumption that that is going to be a smallish amount of time, and in that time, I am a big flappy bird beacon, a person.
Yeah, you don't see him at first, but you would eventually spot him. I don't know where Reyan went.
Yeah, Reyan probably was gonna ask, like, which direction Dragon Kiddo is. That way he can at least start in that direction, and if he runs across Harx...
Yeah, he's, like on the northern side of the house, basically.
Yeah, he'll head that direction. Once he's outside, he'll probably take to the air to try and get a better view of the area.
Okay, this is probably what happens. Is you probably see Mihi suddenly go a direction and you follow her.
Yeah.
Flap, flap.
Yeah. He's not too far from the house.
He
He's
will
kinda wandering
attempt, by
around.
the way, once he gets close enough, again, for it to seem reasonable, he will make it look like he's actually looking for someone. He'll make it seem like he's actually looking for someone.
Yeah.
Flaps down.
Say again?
She is flapped down.
You're on squares.
She wouldn't think to question if he looked lost. But I seem to be lost.
Alright. Yeah, you wanna repeat what you said?
Sure. Once he is located, and asked if he was lost, he would... Actually, yes, came out here originally to find the dragon. I needed to speak with him about a conversation we had earlier. And unfortunately, either I passed him by, or he'd say it, I got lost in the forests I once called home. Not these ones exactly, but close enough. At least I hope not these ones exactly.
Hey. What? I see. Alright. Sorry. My mic did the weird bloopy thing on my end. I was like, fuck. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Reyan, you kind of land here as he's finishing saying that. As Harx was finishing saying what he was saying.
He's going to appear to look frustrated.
Wait a minute, he's never frustrated now.
Oh no, he's frustrated because he's pretending to be frustrated because he would be frustrated if he actually did get lost and couldn't find who he was looking for to talk to.
You do know there are pixies around here that would have pointed you in the right direction.
You say that, but I didn't see those little ones either.
Reyan just kind of looks over his shoulder where there's probably like 2 or 3 of them nearby.
Which now they're not really flying around this area. You get the feeling that the ones that were around here were probably protecting Dragon Boy because he's not actually that far from this location when you were told.
Yeah.
Which is why they were over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, it would have been great if I had stumbled upon them first. That should have been my first clue that I didn't come across any of them. However, I didn't know or wasn't aware of how far he may have had to get away from the home to speak with the plants.
Do be
Wait,
careful. This is still the Feywild.
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware.
Speak with plants?
Yes, he can.
Yes, Zach has the ability to do so. In a little bit more unique way than most.
It's fine. She's
Yeah.
distracted for like a minute and a half now.
Mm.
Technically,
Oh my god, you can talk to the trees? Oh god.
technically, only Reyan, as far as he knows, is the only one who knows what that means.
Yeah.
Come on, internet. Come on, internet. Don't drop again, please. Please be good. Okay, sorry. I think it's okay.
Just has this. Just has this look. She's like quietly said to herself, "Should I have been greeting the grass this whole time?"
Oh god.
No. If he's talking to the plants, Harx, he's not going to be able to talk to you.
And I would have simply waited.
And that would have spooked him.
No, I would have stood far enough back and let one of his pixies.
Okay, I think we're good. No, we're not good. I hit start stream and it's like, nah, we're gonna just suddenly go all red again. I'm gonna curl up into a tiny ball and just cry.
Mm.
Harx,
Yes.
in a second, whatever you said. Because it keeps cutting out when you're talking, I'm sorry.
It's okay. He... Well... I wouldn't have startled him. I would have had one of his pixies notify him that I was nearby. I already startled the man enough. I'm not going to do it again. So I came to find him.
Limited space.
This happens.
Bitch. Well, thank you, once. Like this is going on. She's just looking down the grass. You know, hail and well met.
You swear the grass waves to you? It could just be the wind.
Welcome to the Feywild.
Welcome to the Feywild.
Also, that was to Reyan, by the way.
Yeah. Did, which was why I was a little concerned that you were coming to find him again. Apology or not, you're not exactly
Hello,
tactful.
I'm well aware on how cold I can be.
Sorry.
The irony.
That was intentional. That would have been very intentional on his end. But I was just coming to speak with him. Calmly, quietly, and not make him feel as uncomfortable as I did before. Now, well, I would like to continue looking for him and see if I can't go speak with him. I think it'd be better for us to just go back to the home. There's no telling when the others will finally show up. And, well, he'll find his way back into the home. Anyways, yes, soon. Hopefully.
Julius is worried.
Yes, which is why I was also frustrated, because I was hoping I would have found him quick enough to speak with him and be back before now. But as you can tell, unfortunately, that was not the case.
Come on, I'll make sure you don't get lost this time. Mihi, stop talking to the grass.
I think it's saving.
It meant my greeting.
It meant my greeting. Let her believe this. Just.
There's no reason not to believe it. She was told the plants can speak.
Mhm.
People. That is what she was told.
Mhm.
Which is beautiful. Anyways, yeah, he would walk back.
Lead them back to lunch.
I get lost again.
I
take a left turn instead of going straight. Whee!
He's got like all the pixies
I'm-
like around him, eating little lunches too, and he's just kind of.
I'm just gonna
Slouched.
head on my way. It was nice meeting you, friend. She's just gonna flap over the grass to not step on her new friend.
The
Oh
grass
my God.
appreciates this. He's like slouched in his chair, kind of like uncomfortable that they're all so close to him.
Oh, fuck.
Alright. It's bad enough he has a cat hovering over him.
Oh, but he's so sweet.
Yes, I know, but he's also very uncomfortable.
Mm. They all just frustratedly flutter over here.
Just sitting at the table. I think the grass likes me.
Oh.
I gave greeting, it waved.
The grass appreciates you then. You're talking pixies. Nature.
Or not even. Ryan's just gonna let it go and keep eating. Very wild shenanigans.
Gonna kind of look over at you, Harx. So, how'd it go?
Well, would have went better if I had been able to find him, but getting lost in the forest is not a fun time.
Uh, you got lost?
Sorry, I said that. What?
You got lost?
I did, actually. Very frustratingly, to be honest. I was hoping to go out, find him, wait however long I needed, speak with him, and then be back. But unfortunately, I think I may have stepped too far into the forest and got lost, not realizing how far he probably only would have went out.
I guess it's good that they were able to find you then.
Very much so. I'm well aware what could be in these forests, and, well,
Truly, who knows what else considering our circumstances.
You leave Puck on Julius's shoulders.
for the time be. Oh, God, Woody. He wouldn't even think about the cold thing. Alright, fuck. Get over here.
Hops from Julius's shoulders to yours, and this is the reaction you guys see. Is Puck hops onto Harx's shoulders, and you know when like a cat gets like a wet paw or something, or you know that look. Kind of lifts one paw and shakes it, lifts another paw and shakes it. Does that like 2 or 3 more times, and then jumps onto the table and starts like licking his paws.
What's wrong with Puck?
Well, it didn't clean off enough of whatever I fell in.
Wait, you fell in water?
Well, not entirely water, but... Look, I wasn't going to tell you I fell in something.
You don't even look... Can Reyan try and, like, look at Harx over again? Because he did not seem like he fell into anything.
Sure.
Harx is going to...
Roll deception. What are you doing?
Before he does, he's just going to wave his hand in presentation.
Uh-huh. Oh.
That's why you wouldn't have been able to tell. But apparently part of it was not caught. I'm so glad he wears gloves, by the way.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, your shape changed. You would be able to see.
Well, I was more meaning for another reason, because he may attempt to just pet the Puck. But... because he does wear gloves, so there's that.
Yeah, but you're also wearing a jacket,
Listen,
and that still made him do that.
listen, we don't talk about it.
Mihi saw you do the magic one, like, she has that look, one. Hey, I know that.
Because he'd be curious now, trying to remember if there was any, like, water that someone could fall into nearby.
If it had rained recently, it is possible that there's, like, wet areas and stuff. Or mud.
Yeah, okay.
He never specifically said it was water.
Yeah, but it just...
Liquids are weird, and sometimes they're solid.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could have been slime.
Yeah.
It could have also been poop.
Could have been poop.
You know.
Yeah, it could have been anything. It's Feywild.
Yeah.
Giant forest.
Fake
Yeah.
poop.
Looks like rainbows.
Of course. What else would it be?
Unicorn poop.
Right.
Anyways.
Exactly.
Alright. This has already been a day, and it's only... No.
It's still morning. Because this was breakfast.
Yeah.
It's not even noon.
Aww.
That's why the others haven't
Even
arrived
better.
yet. It's not even noon. By this point, Zarvis will eventually have joined you guys. He'll sit down by you, but he can't really. He's a fucking
Yeah.
vampire. He can't eat.
Yeah.
He can, but it's not going to do anything for him, so there's no point.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I've always wanted to sit down and eat cardboard.
I believe it's described in a lot of lore that it, like, turns to ash when they eat it, or it tastes like ash or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah.
You do anything before the others do arrive? Probably like around 2-ish. They'll arrive like early afternoon.
Nope. he is going to wait until they come to do something else, and it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, good. Are you kind of like keeping your distance from Julius a little bit, not like sitting directly next to him?
Not to make it obvious.
Nah, not far enough that it's obvious, but not close enough that he can tell. Is
Exactly.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Good to know.
It's don't worry, things will happen here once they get that.
Yeah. These guys arrive eventually. Which the pixies let you know that your friends are here. They're probably actually led to like a room, honestly. I'll just put them in here.
Yeah, so we can all meet up and explain.
Yeah. You can sit up on the fucking counter. Show thing, whatever that is. whatever you want to consider it, considering this is just a map I just grabbed.
Yeah. Actually, Reyan's probably gonna try and go find, Zach to kind of let him know, so that way he's not, like, surprised accidentally walking upon somebody that wasn't there a little while ago
Fair.
when he, before he went and talked to plants.
Fair.
fair.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad.
Well, you do have a choice to continue hiding this, or you could tell him what happened.
He's going to pull out the card.
Oh no.
Oh.
I'm gonna put him like right here because he's probably just heading in as you're heading that direction.
E.
So you would see him like right there. So get to your conversation in a second. What do you say on the card? Because that would happen much quicker.
Well, since you all are here, there's a conversation that needs to be had between yourself, me, Hunter, possibly Amos, and Keljor when we get back.
Huh. That's a concerning group that you have chosen. Keljor is probably the one that threw me off.
Well, let's see. Hunter and Amos to help make something that would suppress something.
Uh-huh.
Yourself and Keljor, well, yourself because A, you're the leader, let's be honest, you need to know the information. And Keljor, let's call it a family matter for him.
One, I would find out the information anyways at some point in time. Two, you can't just leave me hanging with the family matter thing, because now I need to know.
All you need to know, and I doubt he knows, he has a niece.
There's like a silence. And like a ... thing shows up on the card. And suddenly you just kind of hear like a whisper. That man fucking reproduced?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
I feel like that'd be like the original party's reaction to a lot of that information. I feel like Amos is going to give a very similar reaction. Okay, it was
How many
Keljor?
degrees of Stockholms were necessary here?
Yeah, I'm going to say it was Keljor. Never said that it was a willing participant.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That is an unfortunately good point.
but yeah, he would also say, good news, however, that you would find out during that meeting, but you're going to find out now as well, our group is off the radar from the elves.
Oh, now
For the
you've
time
just,
being.
Now you've just piqued my entire interest, and I need to know how you found out that there is a niece. Ugh. No, it's terrible. I don't want to imagine that.
We were all still in the dining area there, right? When they got there.
Yeah.
How long did we spend in the dining area? Because I may have had ideas.
Oh.
Probably all finished. I mean, unless you stayed there, because they would have
were
arrived in the afternoon. Yeah, that's where the graves are.
Is there a bench in that garden?
Probably.
Okay, yeah, so she would have flapped over to that bench, just like, like kind of sitting on it sideways as to not foot the grass, and she was just kind of like watching the grass. Maybe saying hi to it.
She's fascinated with the grass.
Well, you talk to grass. That's
making-
how it works here.
It's welcome to the Feywild.
Yep.
She's apologizing for stepping on so much grass over her time here.
As a side
She
note,
did it.
in the middle of this, Ace is going to also be attempting to get a hold of somebody in the middle of this
Oh, that's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
that's not good.
Amos, he is attempting to contact
Fuck.
you.
Are you shocked?
Do I even want to know why you're contacting me instead of getting your asses back here?
Okay, look, we got sidetracked.
I figured
This-
that would happen.
But I've learned some disturbing information that you will also find disturbing, and it's not like, oh shit, we're in trouble disturbing. No, it's just gross.
What am I being told?
You know, fuckface elf reproduced.
Okay, you're going to have to, how do I say that? You're going to have to be a bit more specific. There was a group of them that...
The blue-haired one, right? The one you guys hate? Yeah, that one.
Okay, that idiot, gotcha.
He has a daughter.
The fuck?
I don't know, we're gonna... Apparently Harx wants to talk to us, but he just told me, so I'm still trying to figure out how he found this out.
Well, here's the fun part for you, Fox.
Uh-uh.
You turn to Julius. My grandfather's here.
Oh. Should we go meet him?
Yeah, it might be best.
He had to process that because he probably doesn't interact with Ace very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll head that direction.
He'll let Julius head off first, and then he turns to Puck.
Probably has a fairy or pixie leading him.
Mm-hmm. Well, come on, Zarvis. You're going to need to know this information as well.
Why do I feel like that's not?
Well, it has to do with a friend you all made when you were in Arcadia. A certain blue-haired elf. Put it that way.
Oh, don't tell Zarvis about that, man.
There is
Oh,
this
trust-
grim, like, anger. You just see, like, his whole expression and attitude change.
He looks at him with a deadpan expression. Trust me, I know. You're going to hate the explanation even more. But no, I did something for a reason, and you'll understand it soon. And he'll motion for Puck to follow him because he knows why
He's-
Puck. Yeah.
He gets up, like, rubbing his temple with that headache look. Like, these children are gonna be the death of me. I just got back.
As he
Sorry, Dad.
as he walks back towards that room where Ace would be waiting, he says, he thinks into the card, it's better I show you, or it's better I show. And it might be best that the other two aren't here.
That's not good, is
No,
it?
it's not. It's very much not. And I will very much gladly explain it. Well, he walks in.
Well, let's kind of backtrack a
Yeah,
little
let's
bit,
go
'cause
back to this,
By this
'cause
point, they definitely have met up.
Yeah. Entre.
He kind of gives you a little smile, Reyan, when he walks in.
Smiles and waves in return. Wanted to come find you and let you know before you stumbled upon them. The rest of the group are here.
Oh, good. The dragon's gonna be nice to me, right?
Garrett is extremely kind.
I've heard stories.
I'm sure I hope most of them are nice.
I've heard not to piss them off.
That I can agree with.
I might keep my mouth shut unless addressed. Just for that reason.
That's understandable, though he has worked with many people with very sharp tongues, to put it lightly. Fortunately, my mother included.
Oddly enough, Mom never saw that side of him.
No.
I don't think he ever saw your mom as a threat, to be fair.
No. More of an annoyance on occasion, more likely.
Mm-hmm. Not even that. Like, I think he just tolerated that.
Yeah.
If anything, he'd probably get exasperated.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, they will. You guys, he'll follow you. And the pixies actually are probably leading the way. Do you wait for Reyan to return with?
Yes.
Okay, before. Yeah, so he's just gonna kind of chill in the back.
Now,
here.
what is Mihi doing, though?
She was effectively out in the garden.
The pixies would have come and told you that everybody is gathering up.
Unintentionally in the paint me like your friends will post. It seems my friends need me. I'm gonna go back inside now.
Oh, God!
It waves.
Stop!
The wind blows carefully. It looks like it's waving at you.
My brain immediately went to, what the f...
Yeah,
You betray. Wow.
Beautiful, man. You can talk with plants in the thing.
They're actually gonna wait outside the door. You're not sure if they're listening in. They're pixies, they might be. But they're gonna be somewhat respectful and at least be outside the room.
Mm-hmm. Well, once everyone shows up, he'll step out to here. Look at Zachariah first. First of all, you're welcome.
What do you mean?
And he drops the faked himself.
Jack kind of looks at you and tilts his head.
So you wanted to know how I found out that Dickhead had a daughter.
What?
Huh. Oh, that's not good.
The reason I said thank you, but as far as you're welcome, by the way, Zach. There was a possibility you could have ended up like your sister.
Wait, what?
Turns out, they were the ones that did it.
They who? Can someone please tell me what's happening here?
Oh, okay. Let's explain it this way, shall we?
He's
Quick
gonna
question.
look over.
Can I assume I had enough time to do comprehend languages as a ritual in the grass talking?
Sure.
That might help. Okay, thank you.
Very fair.
Ace is gonna kind of look over at you, Ran. He and Jack aren't too different anymore. Don't think I ever told you that part. He looks at Harx. He's another one of the old experiments.
Well, you didn't. Another did. He kind of gives a slight wink. That was the thing I told you somebody wanted me to look into. Anyways. So, good news and bad news. Well, you see the bad news. Good news. A. You, Zach, and your pixies are going to be left alone by these people. That was part of the arrangement I made with them. The other part of it looks at Ace. Our group will not be bothered by the elves.
Define our group.
All of us.
Under what condition?
We don't mess with them.
Why do I feel like there's more to that condition?
So, turns out, the daughter isn't too different than her father, but from what I could tell, has a bit more qualities of her uncle. Not the awkward one. And by that, actually willing to listen and consider things instead of it being their way or no way, as with the girl's father.
You made a deal with her.
I did. The alternative was, again, them going after Zach here while he was speaking with the plants.
Kind of looks down a little bit.
I didn't want that to happen. It'd be unfair to you. And this is a better solution than them affecting anybody else right now, of all of us. I made the harder decision. But, as I stated, we are no longer on their radar. Unfortunately, they can no longer be on. Well, we can't act on them. They will have no harm will come to any of us, including those back home.
I don't... Are you sure?
Oh, if they want to this is the fun part, by the way. If they want to continue to research and monitor what happens with what they've done to me, they won't have a choice.
So basically, as long as you cooperate and be their test subject, they are going to leave us alone. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Exactly.
Rand's gonna look back at Ace and his father. They're like, alright, I did not get 90% of what happened with them, just that they were terrible individuals, but is this man even trustworthy to hold up to any kind of word like that?
Zarvas will look at you. He's not, but I'm not sure about this daughter of his. I also do know that he doesn't do things himself. If that makes sense.
According to her, her main job is to find him test subjects.
Exactly. That's basically
But
his whole thing, is he'd rather have somebody else get the things for him than to do it himself.
But apparently she keeps her own select few. I'm not his test subject. I'm hers.
And if he finds out about this,
Oh, he's going to. I'm sure he's well aware that his daughter experiments on her own as well. To be fair, I'm pretty sure he's proud of that fact.
then we're not safe.
We are.
It depends. Knowing how that family operates, they do like to keep their secrets from each other.
Both secrets, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to bring danger upon each other. They obviously know who I am with.
It's very possible, yes, and it's very likely that if what you say is true about her keeping her own subjects, she may not actually tell him. How she's going to convince him, though, without giving that detail, will be another story.
And, I'll be honest, I've also thought of another thing. If she's doing these herself, and if she doesn't tell him, why is she testing and researching on her own?
I think that's only a question she can answer.
Indeed, but it makes me wonder. I don't know if she enjoys what her father is doing. Or at least the type of tests he does.
Obviously, she has no problem with it, otherwise she wouldn't be testing on you.
To be fair, what she injected me with was constructed especially for dragons. And, well, if you hadn't noticed, I'm not a dragon. I think that's what most intrigued her about accepting this deal, to be honest.
Wonderful, so she's curious.
Indeed.
Speaking of curious, Jack's like poking you. Like, Kate, and like looking at his hand, like, huh.
So, by the way, you don't question things very much, Reyan. My cat couldn't stand on my shoulder due to how cold I am. Hello.
I heard you, Ryan's just kind of staring at you. I tried to give the benefit of doubt.
Oh, please, it'd be more embarrassing for me to actually fully admit if something was true that I felt. I feel I'm a bit more graceful than that.
To be completely fair, I had no reason to doubt you.
I'm well aware. And I apologize for that. I do. I just couldn't... I didn't want to give the information without everyone here. And now you see why I want something to possibly be able to suppress it. Or at least the outward effects. The inward effects, what affects me, is fine. The outward effects of emotions to, how cold it is around him, this just won't do.
She does do her experiments different. Jack's still poking you.
How so?
His were always locked up first. Usually went through a lot more than just one thing.
Well, if it makes everyone feel any better, part of my plan is to see if she would consider not working for her dear old dad anymore.
Seeing how close she is to him?
Exactly.
Are you gonna try to get daughter to betray daddy?
Well, if we're all on the same page and thinking she may not tell her father, if we get her to turn on him, I'd almost say that the deal her and I made would be null and void, wouldn't you think? Especially if she's okay with us going after them at that point.
You think you're up to that kind of task?
It's going to be a bit before that. I am going to at least give her a few opportunities to observe and research these effects. Gather her trust. Exactly. Her and her little pet that she had with her.
Pet.
Shifter.
You think it was a shifter? It doesn't look like a normal shifter.
He was going to continue that. For some reason, something got caught in my throat, and I felt like I almost was going to have to cough. Which I did. At least I think shifter. Another experiment of hers, and high functioning. Not, didn't seem to be very ill effects. I'm not sure what effects he has, per se. But didn't seem to be anything outwardly adverse.
Or she learned how to fix him.
Exactly.
To some extent.
Which I've already told her that one of the main things I would want her to attempt to fix on me is A, the cold feeling, and the cold outward part. So, while it may have seemed like a stupid decision right off the bat of initially mentioning this, I did have a well thought out outcome, should it work. And obviously, going back home, we do have multiple people that would possibly be able to create something that would be able to suppress it.
It's possible. They were able to at least get Keldor back to normal to some extent, but not change the effects that happened to him.
Honest, that's... Well, let's be honest.
They mentally fixed him.
Yeah, and as you can see, I still have all my mental faculties, as fucked as I already was.
And that's already another difference between her and her father. He likes control.
She did mention she did not like to. Her basic explanation summed up would be she gets better research results when people are able to act on their own accord. Unless they're failed experiments, unfortunately.
I get the feeling the dragons were probably an order from Daddy.
I believe so.
Which means it's not safe for the kid to be here anymore. Just in case.
Same, unfortunately.
Reyan's gonna look over at Zach.
He's just been kind of looking down, rubbing his arm this whole time, listening.
Now, this does tell me something, though, Zach. Your sister didn't agree to work for them. I think her body tried to fight back. She didn't cooperate.
Suffering.
Indeed.
Oh, I knew that.
Well,
But if she is an experiment, there might be a way. She kind of looks at, like, Asa again, kind of like, yeah?
With Kaldor and his brother, the situation we dealt with not too long after it happened. This one is years, I assume. Zach kind of just nods. I'm not sure how easy it is to fix that. The person who also fixed him, or fixed them, is no longer around.
right.
That would be my brother. Which, this is now news for Reyan.
Yeah.
Because only Harx knew that.
Rapid blinking.
I wouldn't question it right now.
Too many questions.
Indeed. Well, what I would suggest is... Do we have anything of his involving plans or anything of that nature?
Nothing that we ever recovered.
No, I think I know what our next task might be.
And there's no one potentially that could know what he did?
None that are alive.
Fantastic.
Hence, why I think our next task... Yes, those tasks... will be to go back and get some plans.
That's not going to be...
You're gonna steal...
No,
I assume you're talking about Lucky, right?
indeed.
Okay. So you're gonna go back to a time when he was secluding himself in Arcadia. By the way, that's where he lived. With his crazy, psychotic boyfriend that is worse than me in some ways because I didn't impose Stockholm Syndrome on mine.
Actually, my plan was originally to go back to after when they fixed Kaldor.
I don't know how you're gonna get access to the place they were at.
They were
Because-
the other brother, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. The original,
Right.
you might say.
Right, right. Again, questions for later, Reyan. I promise you, it is a wild story.
Uh-huh.
Even I can't get access to that place.
It's not even around anymore, is it?
No. It was also underwater.
Yeah. I do remember Dax mentioning he lived near a interesting place underwater at one point.
Yeah, maybe it's best that you speak with him then and see see if he knew of any ways in. But you're also sneaking into, how do I explain? Do you know the little bit of, tinkery stuff that Hunter does and all that, right? Imagine that times about 100 and much more advanced and more deadly when you intrude without permission.
I just had a dirty thought. Those earrings weren't an invention of yours, was it?
No, I kind of stole it.
Would you be able to reach one, say, with another one?
You're gonna
If
try...
I went back there.
You're gonna try to get him to come out to you.
Something.
Which one are
And
you
what-
gonna deal with, though?
Lucky.
Good, keep my name out of it. Please. I'm pretty sure up till the very point that he died, that he still wanted me dead.
Well, that would put a damper on the other part of the plan, wouldn't it?
That's the reason I stayed hidden.
The damper is I was planning on trying to bring him back with us.
You can definitely try that. I don't know how he'll react to that, but you can attempt that. Probably still keep my name out of it, though.
Did he know you went by the showman?
No.
Perfect, that's what you will remain.
Good. He won't. He can't. I'm just gonna not show my face for a while. You'll know where to find me, though. Amos can be the face for a while. I'll be the background.
I'm sure this won't pose any issues, so...
This sounds
can-
like one very large, crazy plan.
You're gonna attempt to bring both of them back, or just the one?
I don't know, do you want us to bring back his lover?
No. Well, fuck that. I meant Xander.
Or do you want that brother back?
Mm-mm.
Does he also want you dead?
Kind of.
Then it may be best that only one person who wants you dead is
I
brought back
don't-
with us.
I don't foresee you trying to kidnap, Lucky is
That's
gonna go
good.
well. Lucky's not gonna go without certain people.
He's going to think for a moment. Well... Did he have any proteges?
Thanks. There was one that had been traveling the world for a bit. I'm not sure what happened to that one. Some kid they adopted, I'm not sure. And... Huh. Theo, but I don't think he ever got into the notes as much.
We can start there and see what Theo might remember. See what he remembers. If he remembers anything. And then we go from there, and it may be just as simple as convincing him to give us at least a copy of his plans.
Well, yeah, she is still alive, Aspire.
Oh, I had not asked because I was like, I feel like that's bad times.
Maybe, yeah, so yeah, he would think of this. It just blanked until you said that. He could ask his best friend. Though I'm not sure how much you want to talk to Ren. But they were borderline brother-sister relationship. Close.
Right, well, after the meeting we will have when we get back,
Talk to both of them.
I'm going to hate myself. I'm going to hate myself for saying this, but I will also need to speak with Theo and Rin alone. I'm sure this will be fine.
Now make sure you keep your end of that deal, too. In between these.
Oh, letting them research and observe.
Yeah, I imagine the more you show up, the more in good grace you'll be.
I did notify them, however, I'd be difficult to reach at some points, but I would maintain my end of the bargain. They are also setting up their place of work, in a very familiar place.
Oh dear.
The village.
Might not want to mention that to Hunter.
I'm not. I already told them as well, although I don't believe anyone travels there often, or if at all. I did mention it might be safe to keep their stuff easily hideable, as well as themselves.
Yeah. I don't think he visits it too often, but I'm sure he does sometimes. For obvious reasons.
Indeed. Which, if I get there and I see them set up near those reasons, I may offer the advice to move to the other side of said village from there.
You'll have to go there and find out.
Not right away. We'll see. But yes, that is where that stands, and if you don't mind, I don't like the look of this, so...
I think it's quite becoming. You look like a damn ghost.
Shut it, I am aware. I'm probably as cold as one as wet.
Jack just nods.
Thank you. He'll look down at Puck. Also, I'm sorry you won't be able to hang around on my shoulders, but... Looks over at Julius. I think he enjoyed your company. For a little bit.
Just kind of kneel down and call Puck over. Pick him up.
Just until we get this fixed, Puck. Don't worry.
Right.
I need to roll something real quick. Don't mind me. Carry on.
Anything else happening? Because you also still kind of have to convince somebody.
Yeah, Reyan was gonna kind of look over at Zach for a second, kind of gauge real quick.
Can I gauge?
Yeah.
An insight.
Oh, goody goody gum drop. We'll go with this one. What is my insight? Get life out of. Woo! 24. Yeah.
He looks uncomfortable with the idea. You do notice, though, getting that close of a look at him, he still has his head down. And he's kind of got his head turned away from you guys at the moment a little bit. It's subtle, but you can see that his, like, lips are moving, like he's talking to somebody. Or himself, even. You're not sure. You can't hear what he's saying, or he's speaking either that low, or he's just subconsciously doing it while he thinks. But he's kind of checked out at the moment.
Character momentarily. Son of a bitch, if he's a double agent, I'm going to kill him. And skin him.
He's gonna kind of step over. Do you want to take a walk for a second?
Kind of jumps a little bit and looks at you.
Sorry.
Just nod.
We can head outside for a bit. I'm pretty sure they can talk about other things in the meantime.
Well, are you whispering?
He's being kind of quiet just so he doesn't draw
No, that's fair.
tension over there.
That's perfect. Fair. Don't
He's
worry.
this kid's already uncomfortable and he gets that, so he's trying to just kind of like quietly go like, we can probably go. The adults can continue talking without us.
If you were talking loud enough, Harx might have sent Garrett with you.
I feel like Garrett's probably gonna come keep an eye on us anyway.
Funny.
There will be a conversation before that. Don't worry. That
Funny.
might be a suggestion of that. I don't know.
As you mentioned, going outside and stuff, he kind of looks over towards Garrett for a sec, and then just lowers his head again and starts following you.
Kind of glances towards Garrett and just ushers him out.
He's got his eyes closed. He doesn't look like he's been paying attention to any of this.
Player now understands who he was talking to.
I think Reyan's seen enough message spells to probably slowly start putting two and two together.
It wasn't message.
Mm.
Remember, he's telepathic.
Oh, that's right.
And
Mhm.
you can still hear people, even if they're mumbling.
After they leave the room, Harx will turn to Garrett and in Draconic. Also, please go easy on the boy. He was absolutely terrified of the fact that I mentioned you were coming.
That doesn't surprise me. He kind of opens his eyes. Looks over at you.
He suffered a lot. We all have. But the only one he really had was his sister. And, well, currently the pixies around this place.
We may have guarded different things and had the same goal in mind, but we didn't get along. clash of personalities, you could say.
Well, it was my understanding that was a thing with all dragons, to be honest.
We stay out of each other's way.
As much of an annoyance your groups were to one another, I feel like it's a good idea to put that foolishness to the side at the moment. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't disagree. But it's not a fix overnight.
Trust me, I am all too aware. Also, you know what I really hate, and Harx is well aware of? It doesn't matter what fucking language he speaks in, Ace can understand him.
Yeah, and you also got the other draconic person over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Technically, Jax can, but he's not fully, like, there to really understand what's going on.
Mhm. Right, that's all.
Zarvis is 100% paying attention to at least your side of it.
Mm-hmm. Harx is mostly there for a second. Oh, right. Kind of look at Jax. He may need to speak with someone once we get back as well. Before I speak with them.
Right, she was watching over him, wasn't she?
Believe so.
I cannot imagine this entire event she handled well.
No, because she wasn't there when it happened.
Oh,
She had gone to see some other people, essentially. She'd went to Ace's place to speak with some strategies and find out information and stuff like that. Which is why Ace was there. Because he had, like, opened a way for her to get there.
Yeah.
And he just stayed behind until she got back. It was what the goal was. Thank you for reminding me about her, because I had completely forgotten that detail. So she
fine.
would have only found out the aftermath, which was them disappearing, last she heard, and nobody knew where they were.
Yeah, that, and considering what happened and everything like that, she did not handle any of this information well.
No, and I feel like that she kind of was, like, also babysitting Jax's kid a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what?
I don't think she was happy about Ace being like, well, it's mine now.
My
Yeah,
God,
no,
sorry. So sad.
I feel like she periodically left to try and go find them, and then would come back and was like, fine, you can keep the kid, but I get to go try and find them.
She probably was around as, like, mom.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost sad.
No, Ace's mom. If it's
That's right,
in that
Ace's
relationship. In that
Ace is the pretty
relationship,
boy.
he is the mom.
That's right, he is the pretty boy. That is correct.
Rin was going to keep somebody safe.
Oh, right. And he's going to continue Draconic real quick. Look directly at Ace. Knowing Garrett can understand him, obviously, because Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And would have noticed Zarvis was paying attention. I want to find it.
Mm-hmm. Gonna raise an eyebrow.
It.
The DM needs help, then.
He's referring to the creature. The one that destroyed his original home.
Ace kind of gives you that sympathetic smile. Not alone, I hope.
Well, let's see. That other one. The main reason I went out to go find him outside when I ran into the other two. He may have been talking to the plants, asking something for me.
Hmm. Just be careful.
I will. Think of it as my own research and observation.
Well, if you ever need anything, you can ask.
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware. This is not something I want to see dealt with quickly.
Understandable.
Plus, I'm sure I'm not the only one from there that would want to crack at it. Looks over towards Garrett. I'd probably be right on that assumption, wouldn't I?
He just closes his eyes and shrugs.
After all, you are the one who told me I wasn't the only survivor.
Only way you'll know is if you ask them.
Time will tell. Well, anyways. It is quite chilly in here, wouldn't you say?
Around you, yeah.
Of course.
You'll
He
probably-
said that himself, by the way, as well.
Yeah. You'll get used to that, I'm sure.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, you kind of get used to the, kind of looks at his own hand. The cold feeling. Although I don't think mine's quite to the extent of yours. I think mine is dead. Yours is, like being in an icebox.
Oh, when I was injected with this, whatever the serum was, my blood felt like it was on cold fire.
An icebox. Got it. So you, I guess, would be a good comparison. Like you were dropped into the lake that was frozen over in the middle of a snowstorm.
Perfect.
That's probably what your body feels like right now.
Well, all I have at the moment other than confirm Reyan was able to recover the sword. So that's a plus.
Yeah, now we just have to hope that Reyan can convince that dragon to come with us.
Hopefully. Camera pans somewhere else.
Sure.
It's
Yeah, you just get outside and he's still not really looking at you.
Hmm. Probably a dumb question to ask. Are you alright?
Where would we be going?
Place called Teardrop Palace. It's far away, unfortunately. And also, unfortunately, not... Kinda looks around. Not anything like this.
His shoulders kind of droop at that.
I will not lie to you, it's... Some days it sucks, to be completely honest. But there are good people there, and... There is some nature, thoughts, and... Could use some nurturing.
I want to ask Isfar, where's the nature underground?
Yeah, small little gardens, I don't know.
Mushrooms.
Mushroom? And nature might be a stretch, but...
Hold on. Get internet? Okay.
Mm.
It's trying. There's the reconnect. Are you good? It's... Are we good?
Hiccup!
Did you need a moment? Oh. No offense. How do I know I can trust all of you?
Well... Say that under normal... I'd say Harx kind of proved you could, but even that is not always... Honestly, I don't have much other than my word as someone who understands and someone who's lived here.
Bigger. That. Alright, you were saying, Reyan?
Yeah. I can't guarantee anything other than we just want to keep you. And you can take that on the word of somebody or He definitely understands where you're coming from.
The pixies can come too, right?
Of course. Wouldn't dream of leaving pixies behind.
I would be surprised if they actually wanted to leave.
It's, to you and to them. It's not forever. It will feel like forever, but it's not.
How do you know?
I guess. That, kind of looks around again. Getting back to normal will be around the corner. Not hiding anymore.
Never really been around this many people before.
And we'll take it kind of slowly. There's definitely more people than you're probably used to, but it's still pretty small comparison.
That's not very reassuring.
Sorry. There will be more and more as time goes on, but for hopefully other purposes and reasons, I can try and help make sure that you and if any of the pixies want to come with, have a safe space away from everyone if you take your side.
I don't know if I want to be alone necessarily, just not.
In the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Can probably make that happen.
I wonder if Reyan remembers that whole, or if Aspire remembers the entire conversation that he had with Dad.
Not everything. That's.
As she goes back and reads.
There's so much, though. I'm not gonna be able to find it quickly. What
Gosh,
specific
hold on.
part? There was a baby yelling outside my door. Hang on.
Oh dear.
want to say hello anymore? I've been yelling outside of my door, like... Okay. Alright, okay. Messages, right, okay.
There was that conversation.
Yes, I did kind of remember that in my own way of going like, yeah, this is what's happening. Not Zervis. God! Reyan just kind of smiles. You could always just hang out with me as much as you want. As long as I'm not... I'll tell you about that later.
It tilts his head.
It's a very long story, and you probably won't remember it the next time I come back from it.
Okay.
Lots of time things, but in any case. I will make sure you're not alone. Like I said, I'd like to be your friend. Family, if necessary.
Kind of smiles. Sure. I probably go see what the pixies think.
All right.
This will be interesting, convincing them.
Convincing pixies of anything is always interesting.
Well, I'm taking them from a place full of nature, which is what they love and thrive on, to, as you described it, to a place that lacks that a lot.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna go do that. And he hasn't stopped smiling since you said that, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna go and essentially find one and tell them, everybody gather. I'm not fucking spawning in that many, but it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're not small colonies.
Oh yeah. Hold on, Munchie. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on.
You know, you may have just accidentally found, like, an attached lost puppy. So...
Listen, that was kind of like... He figured that was probably gonna happen one way or another. So...
Yeah.
Also, players like, yeah, that tracks. Looks at his parents, goes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you wanna know the difference? Though Zarvis was the fucking lost puppy with Cam.
Yeah. Cam was just used to taking in people because, hey, that's what she did.
Yeah, and then they got together.
Whoops!
Repeat, anyone? No. Anyways, yeah, he's gonna be doing that. So whatever you're doing after that, Ran.
Just taking a deep breath and taking a couple of minutes before heading back in because that was
You're
a lot.
hoping the pixies don't convince him not to go now, basically.
Yeah, he's like, please, please, I'm begging. The pixies liked me for 5 seconds. I'm begging.
Ram, you come back in, you probably look exhausted.
Yeah,
As the nerves have all washed away a bit.
yeah. He doesn't do the convincing people a whole lot. That's not his thing. Really.
It's like leaning on the counter. So how'd it go?
I think you might agree. He's talking with the pixies, seeing if they will also go with him. It's not exactly an easy trip for them.
Oh, good. So it's still a 50-50 at the moment.
50 leaning in our favor. I hope, I think.
We'll see. I need an odds or evens.
Gods! Somebody else call it, please!
Yes.
Odds or evens. Jay did enough dice rolling. It's gonna be one of you two.
Yeah.
He got fucked up. Like, we don't need to have him do more rolling.
No, please.
Drag said yes, so let's go odds, because 3 letters.
Odds. Natural 1!
Oh no! I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Help!
Okay. Find out
Drag,
the result
help.
of that later.
There is no help, only Zool.
Alright, just
What
gonna...
about the Keymaster?
Oh god.
No, afraid not.
She's
Ghost
gonna...
is just down the road, though.
Oh dear. Just gonna plop himself down on the floor and lean his head back against the wall, just... He's emotionally shot for the day, and it's barely afternoon.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. I feel like Zara's probably gonna come over and just, like, sit and pull you in a hug. He knows how you feel.
Came
Yeah.
home, found his mom and grandfather's grave, found a kid living here that he feels very, like, connected to, and then all of the rest of this that has happened, and having to try and convince said kid to come with them.
Alright. I feel the result of that decision can wait for next time.
Ah! Rude.
No. Understand.
Things have been done out here and whatnot.
It's
I
fine.
Peter have us drunk.
But thank you all for coming out and enjoying the stream. Apologies for all the tech issues that happened. Apologies for the, like, 10 notification plus on the Discord. It's 11 total, by the way. That's how many times we dropped. Oops. The reason a lot of people turn off the announcements.
Yeah.
Most of it's just our shit. Anyways, tomorrow, if Jay still feels confident, we're gonna be starting a new campaign.
Indeed, we'll see how everyone is prepared.
I already have Leo's dice ready.
Perfect.
What is prepared? I gave you my character like 3 days ago.
I do
Your
want to
friend?
go with that first picture, and you know what the first picture was, right, Jay?
Yes.
Okay. I do
I
like
need a-
that one better. I ended up falling for that one a bit.
Fair. I will also need to find a picture of something.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, don't worry.
Good night, everybody!
Oh.